Kelly Iko covers the NBA and the Houston Rockets for The Athletic. He put together a piece that came out today talking about the Rockets' offseason plans. I read through it. Here are the biggest takeaways. Number one, Fred VanVleet is expected to return. For those who don't know, there was a deadline for the Rockets and VanVleet to agree on an option for this third season, and they pushed the deadline back about, I think, to the end of this month. I think they've got plenty of time to still make a
I
decision.
think it's the day before free agency. I think.
That sounds about right. So Fred VanVleet, though, is expected to return. It's just them working
Yeah, in
on a
some
new
form.
contract.
Yeah.
So that's the first takeaway from this. June 29th is the deadline for his team option. Number two, Steven Adams, who is a free agent, is a priority to resign. He's a priority. Good. Good. I want Steven Adams back. I did not think that we would have as much fun with Steven Adams as we did last season. I really didn't. Second half of the season, he was awesome. He really was. The Rockets may have stumbled onto something with this big lineup that they have with both him and with Alperen Şengün out there. And I mean, he just plays basketball exactly the way that you want one of your big guys to play. Absolute force on the offensive glass, big body, does the little things. Someone that on your team you do not want people to mess with. He's not out of control, though, with his I'm a huge guy justice out on the court. He's the perfect eighth, ninth guy to have on your team.
Yeah, especially when your best player is a center, to have a backup center who can play with your star player. That's just huge. And then even in the whatever 12 minutes that he sits per game in the regular season, you have a backup unit with a awesome center.
The only issue with Adams is an issue for all the Houston Rockets, and it's something that I suggested only somewhat tongue-in-cheek towards the end of their series against the Warriors, which is that every single player on the Rockets should be shooting free throws granny style going forward. Oh, you're too cool. You're too cool.
Yeah.
You lost that series to the Warriors in 7 games after missing
a million.
36 in at least the first 4 or 5 games. It was
a
lot.
I thought you were actually trying to, I was going to say, it was a lot.
I was trying to remember off the top of my head. I think it was at one point, I think it was 60 for 96, which is just mind-blowing, truly.
Yeah.
More from Kelly Iko's piece in The Athletic about the Rockets and their offseason plans. If Steven Adams isn't back, Brook Lopez is a name to watch. Okay. Yeah, I think you do need to have another good big man. Lopez is definitely up there in age. I prefer Adams' physicality. I think it blends better with what the Rockets are trying to do. But Lopez, a little offense that he brings to the table.
Yeah, he's a stretch big, which is something that they don't have right now. I do like him more as a backup center than the starting center for the Milwaukee Bucks. Like this is him. I feel like aging into the right role, a lot like what Adams did. But like you, just having seen the results of Adams versus the unknown of Lopez, I'd prefer Adams, obviously.
Adams is just more fun. To me, it's more that than it is actually the fit. I'm sure that the Rockets would find a way to get the most out of Lopez. I really trust what the Rockets are doing right now. More as far as Rockets offseason plans. Devin Booker talks have settled down. So that means the Rockets are not looking to trade for Devin Booker anymore, in my opinion. I suppose that there's something that the Suns could perhaps come to the Rockets with. That would be less of an offer. But it seems like right now the Suns are focused more than anything on trying to move Kevin Durant, which brings us to our next tidbit from Kelly Iko's piece in The Athletic about the Rockets' offseason plans. Kevin Durant's trade value is lowering every single day. That said, talks are still sort of happening. So, how are those talks happening? What the hell does that mean? It's mixed messaging going on here. Per Kelly Eco, the Suns are aggressively pursuing trying to get their draft picks back from the Rockets in trade talks involving Durant. They want the number 10 pick, and the Rockets are open to moving the number 10 pick. Are they open to moving the number 10 pick specifically for Durant? That seems to be unclear at this moment in time. The Suns are the ones that are making the phone calls about Kevin Durant to the Rockets. Since the conclusion of the season, Houston has fielded several calls from Phoenix, who have since gradually lowered their asking price for Durant. Well, stands to reason that you keep waiting, that things are going to look better and better and better for the Rockets. I saw today NBA Centel had put out that the Atlanta Hawks might be sniffing around Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, I'm not competing with the Hawks. I'm the Houston Rockets. I'm not competing with a Trae Young team. You know, if Durant's looking for an extension or a place where he can actually win, is he going to want to go there? I would doubt it. Very much so.
Yeah. It's a wide open East. You'll hear that all offseason of how wide open the East is. It's not that wide open.
It's not that wide open. Still,
not that wide open.
The teams at the top, I mean, it's Cleveland if they can get their act together
Cleveland,
in the playoffs.
Indy,
New York, Boston, even Boston without Jason Tatum. I mean, it's still top 5, top 6. It's a loaded East.
Yeah.
Compared to years past. I get the idea that it's an easier East, but I don't know. I
at
look
the
at the
top.
West.
It's easier at the top, but there are so many better teams than Atlanta.
And I think in the West is certainly competitive, but I don't know. If I'm Durant, I'm still thinking I'm awesome, and I'm thinking, I change everything for a team like the Rockets who have so much going on right now. So I don't think Durant's going to want to go there. More as far as Kevin Durant and his future per Kelly Eco. It's not like the Rockets are saying no. They are getting calls from the Suns, and basically, Eco described it as it doesn't mean they're not in communication about Durant. The fact that the asking price from Phoenix is going down and down and down. They're just waiting this thing out, which they should.
Yeah, that to me is the biggest thing, is that the price is going down. So I imagine the Rockets are interested just in like kind of monitoring how low will this price be?
Right.
And from the Suns side of things, it sounds like what Eco's saying in the reporting is that they're interested in getting their own picks back, the Suns picks back, including number 10 this coming draft. I understand why they would want that. I think if Durant were to come to Houston, it wouldn't be for much more than the 10th pick and one more Suns first round pick. They're not getting all their picks back.
Definitely not, especially for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, not a Durant.
36 or 38 injuries, whatever he is.
Yeah,
he's up there. Sam Amick reported that he doesn't believe the Suns will chase Kevin Durant. The Suns also want to get some sort of center for Kevin Durant
in
as
return.
well. Yeah, good luck. You're not getting out for
Well, it's just the idea of like they're interested in still trying to like build a cohesive team.
Yeah,
like guys,
give it up.
Just like just one quick thing on the Suns. They don't have their own first round pick until 2031. That's the next first round pick that they have.
Oh boy. So they're just trying to be passable.
Devin Booker will be 35 by that point.
Jeez. All right,
that's just a quick thing on the Suns.
I'm waiting out the Suns then if I'm the Rockets. As far as other younger players, the Rockets want Reed Shepherd involved more next season. They believe he'll create more spacing for a team that lacked a lot of it. I am with you there. Hopefully we will see it all season long. I think you could make a strong case that one of the reasons that the Knicks struggled in the playoffs and as the season went along, it's not just Tom Thibodeau giving a lot of guys a lot of minutes. It's also they should have tinkered with some things that actually worked during the playoffs and maybe had those as potential lineups in their back pocket more often than not. So the Rockets should be doing that with more of their players, including Cam Whitmore, who is also a potential trade candidate. I think he's gone.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think that they're not going to get as much as they want in return for him. I think right now there is no victory in bringing him back. The fact that Whitmore went into the offseason saying, like, I don't understand what's happening, and Ime Udoka saying, we've very much told him what is happening. That is, I think, a disconnect that's not going to be fixed over a couple of months.
Yeah, I think either as a small part of a bigger trade, like a Durant type trade, I would expect Whitmore to be in there. Even not, I do expect that he's a pretty good candidate to get kind of processed out. Where
Right.
of the as you're trimming down the core seven, you do kind of need to make a little bit of room. And so far, Cam Whitmore hasn't really shown anything. Like you said, just he doesn't play.
He doesn't
So
play. He's got skills. He's got talent, but he doesn't seem to be buying into what they want him
yeah,
to do. And even if he is talented enough, I don't want to deal with a malcontent. I just don't.
yeah. So he probably gets dumped for small draft compensation.
Jabari Smith Jr., meanwhile, Tari Eason, also part of trade talks because of their rookie deals, which are movable. So that, for Kelly Iko, is the Rockets offseason plans, the state of the Rockets union as far as what you can expect them to do over the coming weeks.